Hi everybody, welcome to this Pro and Expert free video guide with general win directions for the Speedrun Champions Tournament here on the channel. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed as well. A nice mix of holes here from 3 courses. They are all par 4s. Timestamps can be found in the description down below. If you are playing Rookie and Expert as well, there will be additional content for those divisions up, so remember to check the channel homepage. Finally, as these are old replays, remember that these are showing the old ball attribute levels, which have now since been doubled. So what was a power 3 ball with the Kingmaker is now a power 6 ball, and so on. Remember to tweak according to the wind directions you face in the tournament, as well as your club's balls and skill level. Here we go. Playing with the APOC, 4 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. You don't need the level 6, however you could play this very easily with an APOC 4 and even an APOC level 3. You would need to push up a few yards. So plus 10 with APOC 5 plus, and it's at max power 3 with APOC 4. The adjustment is max plus 10. Max plus 10, and the amount of top spin is determined really by the wind angle. If you have more tailwind, you'd need to reduce the top spin slightly. Going with just under 2 balls of curl to the right, no overpower, hitting perfect, and the right spin and the curl combined with the top spin will bounce in the middle of the fairway, second bounce in the rough, and then it will roll out and onto the green for a simple putt for the eagle. Could even push that a little bit further if you want to get it close to the pin. 4 bars top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right, playing with the rock. Check the second bounce, 1 ring away from the rough on the right. Adjustment here, max plus 10, max plus 10. Then we're going to take a shot, no curl. Bear in mind, hefty grate to the right may well clip the rough on the right, but as always, we want to be trying to hit perfect wherever we can. And we're going to write down our yardage notes here. So, drive distance 340 yards. And what I'm doing here with the second shot, no top spin, no backspin, but I am using some left spin to align with the wind because we're not quite in straight tailwind. So I want the majority of the ball guide after that first bounce to be aligned with the wind. So half a bar of left spin is what I do here, and I'm playing this shot 56% slider, 0 elevation, pulling over the bullseye. However, what you will notice here, it comes in right edge, so we need to reduce 0.1. So I would therefore suggest 340 yards, take 2 or 3% off the slider. As you can see, just takes the right side. We want to be dropping them at pins. That will be my suggestion on that one. So I'm playing max plus 15% here. I go with a Katana. Power 2 could go with the Titan if you want though as well. One thing I would suggest here though, just want to take off a little bit of top spin, and maybe could have lost a little bit of the side spin as well. So max plus 15, obviously if we do get tailwind, we can go full blast down the left hand side and hopefully roll down the slope full of rough, avoiding the boulder to very close to the green. But otherwise this is a very good route to go. Be careful with these bushes here that you'll see, they are in play. So just mind out for those. We avoid them here, thankfully. But you'll see what I mean, this slope just keeps on rolling down and just okay there. So maybe a little bit less top spin would have been good on the drive. And I'm finding minimum distance line of the thorn with this one, as we do have some headwind. Obviously if we did have tailwind, have to play a bit further up using the rings from min method. I go min plus 10% with this one. So just finding minimum distance line, adjusting from there. If you're not aware about the method of counting up rings from minimum distance to determine slider, don't forget check out the Academy playlist, which is on the channel homepage. So minimum distance plus 10 comes out at 2.2 rings. And we adjust this one. Very, very good chance of an eagle here on hole number 1. Hitting perfect. And comes in very nicely right at the pin. I do recommend the Apocalypse if you have it, even in level 3. 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. No move target. So do not touch the target until you adjust your rings. Adjustment max plus 10. Then once we are done, we are going to push back up to max. Obviously, if you have a higher level Apocalypse, you will need to tweak this one due to having more distance on your club. Max curl with the APOC level 3, again with higher level APOC. This will not be max curl, so adapt accordingly. Pause the video and just get a reference here. Hit perfect, no need for any overpower, and this rolls very nicely for a very easy wedge. Play end, bring a school on the wedge. On to the 5th hole now. Tricky one to actually drop an eagle on unless you go for the aggressive rough bump. I'm going to play the more general approach here. The drive is the same regardless of what approach you play, and I like the quarterback for the ball guide and accuracy. Just over 1 bar of backspin and a little bit of side spin to the left. White ring touching the rough. If you have headwind angle or crosswind, then I would reduce the backspin. Make sure your first bounce is comfortably over the rough, otherwise you may clip the rough and roll out, or not roll out if you are a little bit unlucky. 1 on 1 is the adjustment, so 7.1 in wind. I'm adjusting 7.1 rings. Nice simple setup here. Bounces nicely over the rough and approaches the end of the fairway. Anywhere around here is fine. 294, 295 yards. Second shot, if you want to go with a rough bump, then a side spin 4 ball and the sniper will be the best way of attacking the pin. It is tricky though, because you were just downhill into the bunker or slightly uphill onto the fairway near the green, so that is one to take a token on. But if not, then play with the Guardian and go with max backspin as I do here. Leave the second bounce short and left of pin to compensate for the wind push we get, because we have tailwind going from left to right, so that will extend the ball guide that is shown on screen. True club distance, 10% elevation here. Don't need to worry about compensating for the loss of distance, because I've already factored that in with leaving the ball guide slightly short as well. Perfect ball has a chance. This is a tricky one to dial in because there is a very high second bounce, which we'll see just there, so the wind will affect that a little bit. Very unlucky here, we hit the pin and roll a short distance away. But a couple of options to consider on the 5th hole. Going with the big topper to get some distance on the drive. We do have cross headwind here, so I'm sticking with the Titan. Max top spin, a little bit of side spin to the right. Adjustment here, max plus 10. Takes us into overpower, so I am using a couple of rings of overpower as well. Perfect away, and we want to be in thorn range here, if at all possible. Bounces over very nicely. We could have given it a little bit more overpower, but also I don't want to roll too long either. I do maybe think another ring would have been nice though. 384 yards. From here, again, we have a thorn shot. Luckily, the wind angle is such that we can adjust. We may have to rethink if we do get direct headwind here about our setup. But here I'm absolutely at max, so I'm going with a couple of bars of backspin, aiming at the pin, and from this point I play 20% elevation. So if you're going right side, play it minus 10, but from left side, because it's downhill, we're going max plus 20. So we're adjusting those rings. As you can see, we are just on the max line, but we are okay. So I can take a standard shot here and we get a perfect ball and bounces very, very nicely and gets in for a lovely eagle from the left hand side as well. So 2 approaches there, depending on what the wind angle's doing for hole number 5. Red ring touching the rough on the left at max distance. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right. The adjustment I make here is max plus 10. But as you will see here, we're just a fraction too close for comfort on the rough to the right. So you can either reduce the adjustment by 0.1, 0.2, or you can apply a little amount of baby curl to the left. Overpower may well be needed here, so if you do adjust into overpower, put that amount on to your shot. But important to hit perfect. It is a narrow play, this one, but like I said, a little bit of curl to the left just gives us a little bit more room. But we're still going to be okay with our second shot, and we're going to do a sand trap check here. So move the bullseye to the sand trap or the rough line, whichever gives you plus yardage. You'll probably find one or the other, if not both. I've got a sand trap of +5 here, and I'm playing this one 42% slider with 10% elevation. Obviously you adjust 2% per yard, so if your plus yardage is different, then you'll have to obviously adapt a slider based on that. It's no spin. Back up the ball guide with thorn level 8, leave it slightly short of the pin, otherwise you will come in too hot. So this one played 42% slider plus 10% elevation. Perfect away, and we drop this one very nicely. Good speed right in there for the eagle. But I'm going with a berserker, and we're trying to send it even though we have limited wind strength in pro. Obviously in expert, much better opportunity to reach green with this. Max +10, push up to max, full top spin, couple of bars of left spin, max overpower, 1 ball of left curl. There are various slices and other blast shots you can do here, but we're bouncing. We did need to go with a bit more curl though. Thankfully we're just parking up on the fairway there. If you do end up on the end of this fairway, I'm playing Endbringer School here, so stretching out to max, judging the percentage where the pin stands from my ball to complete max distance, as is one of the Endbringer School methods. Then that's the slider percentage I'm going to use. Instead of using 20% though, because this is downhill, I'm actually using 30% for Endbringer School here. Okay, it is tailwind, so maybe it's not a true test of whether that's good. However, it's working for me, so it's a fairly decent reference point, I would think. But like I said, the preference would be really to get a lot nearer to the green or down the slope. Perfect away, and we do get an eagle. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. Here, and we get tailwind, we've got to go aggressive, and we've got maximum wind strength in expert level here to give you an idea of what you could be dealing with. In pro it's a little bit trickier because your wind strength will be less, but we want to get down that fairway as much as possible. We're going here with plenty of top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left, setting up at +24 with the APOC 5 and above. At APOC 4 that will be at max, so you can play this with lower level APOC. Extra mile 9 could work as well, as could the big topper. Little bit of a push up depending on the wind strength. This was dialed in from a previous tournament. Full overpower with a slow needle. Don't need to push up to max because then you would land directly in a hazard and not bounce over at all. So this is one where you need to look at the wind direction. But a nice slower needle helps me hit perfect, and we get the ball down very nicely with the top spin and the tailwind. Drive distance of 448 yards. If you can't get distance on the drive, there is a rough bump that can be played here. Layup, that is usually with the sniper. And if you're mid-distance on the fairway, you can go grizzly or long iron. But here I'm playing with the thorn because I gained plenty of distance on the drive. I was doing a back fringe check because, like I said before, this was dialed in from a previous tournament. Different wind angles that you may get would need different reference points as well. But I'm playing a no spin shot, leaving the ball guide short of the pin because of the tailwind. And it's true club distance really, and it's 20% elevation. This plays considerably downhill. If you have crosswind here and you've got down there enough with your drive, maybe using a top spin ball. If you haven't had enough tailwind, then you might want to increase the elevation because you've got the side wind on the second bounce, so it's going to affect the ball a bit more. But here, a perfect ball away, and we drop it nicely for an eagle on this par 4. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots, Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.